The next question is from me. Here we go. At 13.557 seconds, a Danish woman holds a particular Guinness World Record for running the 100 metres. She is nearly half a second quicker than the male holder for the same record. What's the record? I'll say that again. At 13.557 seconds, a Danish woman holds a particular Guinness World Record for running a 100-metre race. She is nearly half a second quicker than the male holder for the same record. What is that record?
I think that her being a woman and being faster than the man is going to be relevant, because usually you'd expect to see men be quicker in these kinds of races. So maybe, and here I'm just going to be sexist here, maybe it's something that women are perhaps more used to doing.
This is from 2015. It is 100% traditional stereotype we're running on here.
Was she pushing a pram?
See, the trouble is that what we've set up with this question is a series of stereotypes.
Okay, so we need some stereotypes of women. Anyone?
Let's see.
Maybe it's got something to do with... Okay, so when we think of differences between men and women in culture and stereotypes and whatnot, there's different areas, right? So it could be pushing a pram. It could be wearing different clothes. It could be... Cooking.
Like something, frying an omelette or something.
Like an egg and spoon race whilst wearing a skirt and carrying a baby.
Maybe an egg and spoon. Let's see.
Has it got to do with clothing?
Yeah, it absolutely has. You're going to ace this question. You're so nearly there. So it's 13.557 seconds. I don't think it need to be that precise, but bear in mind 100 meters for fastest people in the world. You're talking 9 or 10.
If I'm right, then this is insane. If I could give it a guess. Did she do it in high heels?
High heels.
Yes.
Of course.
Absolutely right.
Yes.
Wow. That is incredible.
Brilliant.
Goodness me.
Wow, that was so fast.
That's actually interesting that the woman still did it better, because I would have thought that wouldn't have had that big an impact,
We've got to get some fast
speed.
drag queens on this.
No, it's
For
true.
a drag race, right?
Hey! That's a good name for a TV show, that.
Tom Scott's Drag Race.
Now, that is a channel I would watch.
Oh, yeah.
This is Maiken Sischlau from Denmark, 13.55 seconds in 2015. Andre Ortolf from Germany set the best male time, 14.02 seconds in 2019. I feel like there's still a lot of improvement to be had there. It's just there aren't many people doing the training for it.
Yeah, so these were people that trained specifically for this race. They weren't like runners that then just put on high heels.
I actually don't know. It might be a little bit of both here. I feel like this is going to be a runner.
I think it would make a difference, because if you just took a bunch of runners and put them in high heels and they weren't used to it, like obviously the women would be better. But if they actually trained for it and the men got used to wearing high heels,
That's got to hurt, though, surely. I assume that there are all sorts of rules on how high the heels have to be. But you're basically constantly running downhill, I guess?
You're going to have to have very strong calves and ankles.
You got to have strong. It's actually not as hard as it maybe looks.
It's kind of like running on your toes, right? It's just you don't want to put your heel down too much because you're going to break that.
You can put the heel down. Like if they were strong heels, I think running on your toes would kind of suck.
I just feel like it's incredibly fast, right? That's incredibly fast.
I couldn't run 100 meters in any shoes in 100 seconds.
In 100 seconds.
Sorry, 13 seconds. Sorry. I think I could just about make it in 100 seconds, even in high heels, actually. I'd go on and let me say that.
I mean, we've just got a bet there, Luke.
Okay, I'll happily take those odds.
So I have just had a note through from our producer with pictures here, and this is on a full running track wearing what look like sort of regular professional office high heels. We're not talking like teetering stilettos here, but there's a decent heel on them. I have no idea how difficult that is to walk or run in. I've never tried it, but I would not like to.
I will say that running in high heels, I think, is no more silly than hurdles. We have sports, and then we add additional encumbrance to those sports. And high heels is just the same as hurdles to me, right?
What about 100 meters over hurdles in high heels? Wow, that's an Olympic sport I want to watch.
Yes. They have breakdancing in the Olympic sports now, so I don't feel like that's too far off.
Well, if we start training, we can all get gold in this, guys.
What a little breakdance team in high heels. That's the four of us.
Yeah.
It is a very odd restriction. You're right. Now you mention it, that hurdles is a really strange event. Now you mention it.
It's odd, right? It's weird. It's weird that we do that.
It's fine. We'll have a full pentathlon in high heels, and that's
That's what comes of this podcast.
They are actually currently planning on changing the pentathlon events. They're going to remove horse riding from it, and they're currently testing events for what the replacement is, because logistically it's extremely difficult, and it means that pentathlon is only open to people who can afford to learn to ride a horse. And for both that reason and animal rights and logistics, they're on the verge of changing it. They're thinking of replacing it with like the obstacle course from Ninja Warrior.
Oh my lord. My brain went straight to using the Boston Dynamics robots in place of horses. I feel like that would be far more interesting to watch.
So they're just like piggybacking people around.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's one of the problems they have with all the horse riding events at the Olympics, is that the horses are meant to all be the same. So like they need to do a procurement process years in advance to find 20 identically performing horses and pair them with riders. Like, yeah, there's a reason they're doing Ninja Warrior courses instead.
The fact that it's harder to find horses than it is to find Olympic athletes is fantastic.
Yes, you're absolutely right. The world record for running 100 meters in high heels is currently half a second faster for a woman than a man. But I imagine that at some point, someone in this podcast is going to try and challenge that.
I know a couple of drag queens. We can set them on it.